What's the likelihood right now of more Arab nations joining the Abraham Accords and having normalized relationship with Israel? Check out this clip over here with former ambassador to Israel, David Friedman, talking about the likelihood of that happening right here and now in this moment. So we'll watch this clip together and then talk about it. But first, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Check this out.
U.S. Ambassador to Israel, David Friedman. Ambassador, thank you for coming on. I'm going to play some sound. This is Steve Witkoff on peace in the Middle East. Watch.
Today we are hopeful. The signs are there, and we're hopeful for a comprehensive peace agreement. We're having conversations with the Iranians. There are multiple interlocutors who are reaching out to us, and I think that they're ready. That's my strong sense.
He's hopeful, Ambassador. Are you? Do you think maybe the Abraham Accords will expand? What's your thought on this?
Well, it's a little early to bring the mullahs into the Abraham Accords. I mean, they're highly untrustworthy. I think there may be a deal there where we can get a verifiable commitment not to expand nuclear ambitions. But the rest of the region, I think, is really ripe. The conditions that were there in 2020 when President Trump and Jared Kushner and I and a few others negotiated the Abraham Accords, those conditions are there today. Very strong America, very strong Israel, rock-solid connection and alliance between Israel and America, and a weak Iran. That's where we were in 2020. We had Iran on their heels with backbreaking sanctions. Biden came in and he gave it away. I mean, he gave the mullahs, hundreds of millions of dollars. He turned his back on Israel. He made America weak. And the Abraham Accords, not surprisingly, went nowhere. But now we're back to that same place. We have a very strong alliance, and Iran is weak. And I would expect, watch Steve Witkoff. He's very talented. I would watch the Abraham Accords closely. I think they will expand to a number of likely and less likely Muslim nations in the region.
Very quickly, I want to put this up because you talk about the Iranians being untrustworthy. Here's the Iranian parliament chanting an old phrase. Watch. I mean, there you go. Death to Israel, death to America. It's kind of the same old stuff. And this is today. And, you talk about the proxies, right? Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis. One, can you trust them? If you can answer that. And also, why is President Trump so invested in making sure that Israel drops this prosecution against Benjamin Netanyahu?
Well, in the proxies, Trace, look, Hamas they're still inflicting pain, but they're almost gone. Hezbollah has been decapitated. The Assad regime in Syria is gone. Syria is having talks with Israel for the first time in 25 years. The Houthis are not messing with us anymore. So, Iran can yell death to America, but no one else is joining them. They're increasingly isolated, and I think that gets us to a good place. Now, with President Trump and Netanyahu, look, they just went through a war together, right? They each staked their political capital. They staked their place in history on the outcome of these 12 days in June. They looked each other in the eye. They said, can you deliver what we need? And each performed flawlessly. And now, the president says to Bibi, I'll talk to you in a couple of days. And he says, well, I'm a little jammed up. I got to sit in court and get cross-examined for 6 hours. And I think that's what prompted the president to say, you got to be kidding. I mean, you're running this incredible operation, and you're being dragged into court. And of course, the president knows better than anybody how the weaponization of the justice system could work. He sees the same thing in Israel.
Yeah, David Friedman, Ambassador, great to have you on the show. Thank you, sir.
This is really, really nice in the sense of talking about the Abraham Accords. I remember watching the Abraham Accords as it was unfolding in 2020, and just really a real vision of hope, seeing the first Arab nations sign on to make mutual agreements in various ways with Israel to bring lasting peace to the region. It was really an uplifting and inspiring thing to see, especially with centuries of tension and various ebbs and flows of hardships. This was something really productive, and it was a shame between COVID and between the election that things didn't continue on the same track, and things have been at best in pause, in limbo for the last few years. But it's really nice to see that we are in a similar place with a strong America, a strong Israel, and a weak Iran. And like they said over here, that Iran is still chanting death to America, death to Israel, but none of the Arab nations seem to be joining in too quickly in order to be a part of that. One of the things that this past 12-day war did was, first of all, reestablish for all the world to see the American strength, that make it purely and publicly on display that America is not afraid to get involved for limited strikes and get involved when the need arises. It also showed Israel being an extraordinarily strong presence, a strong country, it's a little tiny country with just not that many people in it, being able to fend off this very large nation that was much more, had many more people, resources, and so forth, and being taken down in this very short period of time. So America and Israel are in a good place. Iran is also in a good place for it to be. And let's hope that we have continued peace and that there are more Abraham Accords when we do see peace in a revealed and lasting way, not only throughout the Middle East, but throughout the world. If you like this content overall, hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. We'd love to stay in touch. Take care.